everyone, how you day? That is saying hello to you in Pidgin English. Still in the mood of celebration of International Women's Day, today's episode is dedicated to African women. One of the general objectives of the AfCFTA is to promote gender equality. So for today's episode 16, I will be sharing highlights from a symposium that I attended last week. Last week, the Issuers and Investors ADR initiative in Lagos, they had their annual symposium, and the symposium was focused on the African Continental Free Trade Agreement matters arising. So I will be sharing from the symposium some highlights, some main points of discussion to support the African women in preparing for the AfCFTA. Yeah, the men can also benefit, but for today, it's about the women. One of the main points of discussion is what are you doing to take advantage of the AfCFTA? What strategies should you be putting in place in your business to handle the threats and the challenges that the AfCFTA poses? The truth is, with a single market to be created under the AfCFTA, that means that's a wider market, and customers or consumers will have access to various options. So why should your current customers stick with you, or why should new ones come to you? Because the people are going to have access to various options. The exporters start bringing their products, and of course domestic producers as well. So what should be doing? Should you be doing in this instance? Because as stated at the symposium, the likelihood of loss of market share and production capacity, the likelihood of loss of potential revenue, and of course potential loss of business. So how do you ensure that you retain your customer base and you also bring in new customers despite the various options to be created under the AfCFTA? One area you need to start considering is how to reinvent your business model for cross-border operations. How do you minimize the effects of the threats of the AfCFTA to your business? Okay, before I move on, it's not all about threats, challenges, disadvantages. There are also loads of potential benefits as well. So, but of course, we need to also look at the risk that are likely to occur, the threats and challenges in looking in handling it all. So some of the areas you need to focus on, for example, in the industry within which you operate, is there any certification or are there specifications or requirements concerning the products that you deal in? You should consider getting that. Then secondly, you need to take advantage of various programs and initiatives for female-owned businesses. There are quite a number of initiative programs by corporate organizations, by development institutions and government agencies, training female business owners, or in respect of female-owned businesses. You need to research and get the one that is relevant to your industry or within the business area within which you trade or you deal in. Also, you can start considering if there is any other product line or commodity that you can deal in, or you can start trading or exporting to other African countries. So you need to research to look at what customers in the countries that you are interested in, that's the member countries under the AfCFTA, what sort of products or what sort of commodities can you start exporting there. That's to also help you pivot if it's just in case the area or the products you deal with, the big players are there. So that's the way you can also deal with that aspect. Also, you need to take advantage of technology, leverage technology to help you in your operations. That's going to help you improve operational efficiency. And finally, you need to be aware of trade current trends or current events in international trade. Follow trade news. You need to research, and of course this is opportunity. This platform is an opportunity for you to get latest updates in respect of AfCFTA or international trade. So these are some of the areas that you need to start considering, you need to pay attention to help you in taking advantage of the AfCFTA. So this is where we ended for this episode, and thank you to everyone that is listening. And as usual, the podcast is basically for educational purposes only. It's not to be taken as an expert advice. If you need an expert advice, you can reach out to me. So until next week Thursday, I say to you, bye bye.